like it's back and forth for most of that game, and then all the way at the end. What do you think the difference was toward the end of that?
Well, I mean, it was just 3-point shooting, right? I mean, I think that I think we competed at a really high level. I think that it's a really, really good, encouraging first step. I think we did a lot of really positive things, but you know, them executing to the point where they get 44 3-point attempts, you know, is going to be an issue. 6 in the fourth, 6 in the first. That's probably a big difference for us. You know, and then obviously offensive rebounds is going to be the other thing in there. But I was proud of my guys. It's our first step. You know, Sydney's a hell of a team with so many different weapons and different ways to beat you that I felt like we competed and we kept working to try to find the solution to win the game. We just came up a little short today.
You find it largely encouraging that outside of the 20 offensive rebounds we gave up and 16 turnovers, the execution was largely quite good?
Yeah, I mean, they're really long. They're physical. You know, they're pressing up and trying to put heat on KD the whole game. And, you know, pressure makes you kind of turn inward. I thought we handled a lot of that, but that's where those turnovers are. And when we did play in the half court, I was really, really impressed with our ability to execute through their length and kind of get the shots that we wanted. And I think that, you know, that's a really positive deal because, you know, as you go on in the season and hopefully we're playing in bigger games, those games slow down and we are going to play in the half court more. You know, we shot the ball well. We got open looks. We shared the ball. The ball went from one side to the other. And, you know, we had some really good performances from guys, and we made the extra pass.
What did you make of Montrez's first game for you guys?
Well, he got thrown into a really big role, right, with a little bit of foul trouble with ice. But I think, you know, he's a big body, great knowledge. You know, he's figuring out how to function with us. I think that we've tried to put it on speed, fast forward there to try to get him to play in there. And I was hoping to mix and match a little bit more, but with fouls with ice, you know, he got thrown right in there. And, you know, he's a heck of a competitor. He knows how to play, and he's going to get better and better.
Did you max out his minutes? Is that why he was on?
Well, the minutes changed just because of fouls with ice, right? I wanted to see a few different lineups, and I wanted to mix and match that a little bit depending on how they were going to sub, and we just didn't get to it because, you know, fouls dictate the game, the score dictates the game, and we didn't really settle in early, right? We didn't settle in the first, and it took a while to get our feet under us, which, you know, I love the fact that we're a young team and we handled that punch, right, to end a quarter, whether we were up one or down one, I can't really remember at the moment. But, you know, they came out firing, and then unfortunately, you know, they make those threes in a row, you know, in the fourth that really turned the game.
That first quarter specifically, we're down 16 and so lead at quarter time. How do you balance in your own head the gap between best and worst in one quarter?
Well, the scoreboard was never on, so I never quite knew. I never knew what the score was a little bit. I kept asking, but I knew that they made threes early, right? I could feel that those 6 threes early, but I love the way that we just stayed in it, right? I think that is something that is a huge positive against a team that has so many veteran guys and a veteran coach. And, you know, they came out firing at us, and we took their punch, and we got back on our feet, and we led for a long time. And I think those are all things that moving forward, those are things that we can really build on.
Just back on Montrez, he seems like a real entertainer. What's he like behind the scenes and how many more fans?
An entertainer. Yeah, I think that he likes to talk. He does have basketball knowledge. He knows the game of basketball. He's learning from DJ and Jace and the rest of the guys in the locker room a little bit of this game, you know. But he can fit in because, you know, he's been a role player his whole life. That's what he does. He brings energy in an energy league. He's been a role player. It's not like he's, you know, in a lot of the teams, whether it's the Rockets, Clippers, whoever he's played for, he's been an energy role player guy, and that's what he's going to play for us. And I think you see some of those things. And as he gets his legs under him a little bit more and gets this game under him a little bit more, you're going to see him play better and better and more efficient. And, you know, you got to give Sydney a ton of credit because they're so long, they're athletic, they're physical, and they do grind on you. And I thought we stood in there and we took some punches and we also threw some.
And where do you think sit with him for the rest of the season? How long do you have him?
I don't know. That's a Matt Weston question. Best GM in the league.
DJ, there are a lot of encouraging numbers when you look at the stat sheet, especially offensively, the execution outside of the turnovers. encouraged by this performance against what everyone expects to be a really good Kings team?
Yeah, I read a few articles before the game. Everyone picked us to lose by 20 plus. It's very encouraging. Obviously, we didn't start off great, but to come back in that first quarter like we did and kind of, go back and forth with them, kind of showed where we've come. And I think moving forward, come game 25, we'll be ready for playoffs.
Do you feel like at least the core group in this team, do you feel like you guys are meshing well and maybe more advanced than perhaps should be this early in the season?
Yeah, 100%. I think we've played a lot together in practice. Just working out different types of rotations. We got a little rotation system, and just like subbing in and out, and just playing with one another. So I'm very happy and very pleased, despite the score.
Can you give us an idea of what it's like playing with Lab? It seemed like he gave you guys a really big lift on both ends.
Very underrated player. That's the one guy I voted for most improved. Just based on the fact he comes in, does the work. We come in early every day to work together. You can see it, and he had his family here, so bit of extra edge to play in front of him.
What do you make of playing neutral venue Hoops Fest? What do you think of the weekend?
Go ahead.
I loved it. I wish I came a few days earlier, just to catch the under 18 club championships a bit more. But I love it. I think it was a great success. The boombox, as long as it stayed one colour and it wasn't like a strobe light, it was pretty good. Just the event in general, Sneakerland was cool, and just the games, both NBL and WNBL, really, really well put together.
Yeah, for me, I think it's a great event. Everybody here. It's my first time to Perth. I think that there's just so many things that are positive about the NBL, and anytime that we can promote the game of basketball and the league and where we're trying to go and grow this sport in this country, and it's just all been a super big positive to me. I mean, I don't see why this thing wouldn't continue, and come back next year.